welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the coolest times character threw down in Demon Slayer. Number 10, Muzan's Main Street Murder. Most demons are loud and proud about their death tally, but then again, Muzan Kibutsuji isn't most demons. As the original monster, Muzan doesn't concern himself with the small fry like Tanjiro. Instead, when he comes face to face with the Slayer in the middle of a busy street, Muzan simply slashes someone's neck. It happens in the blink of an eye, and before anyone can notice, Muzan has already slipped away. We know that Muzan is powerful enough to kill any human on sight, but turning them into a demon in the middle of a packed street without getting caught is something else entirely. If this is what Muzan can do undercover, there's no telling what'll happen when he gets serious. Number 9. Bugging out. Shinobu may look friendly, but trust us, she's a Hasera for a reason. Case in point, her friendship with the conniving spider sister begins and ends in the span of a single sword slash. Of course, Shinobu is no monster. She gives the demon plenty of options for penance, like, say, gouging out her eyes or losing some of her organs. She chooses the hard way though, so Shinobu has no choice but to bring out the butterflies. Spoiler, they aren't as harmless as they seem. The poor spider sister never stood a chance against this poison. Clearly, when Shinobu says she wants to be friends, it's best to start running the other way. Number 8. Organic Victory. A few stab wounds won't keep this board down, although we can see why Daki was confused. Gyutaro's attacks would have sliced any other Slayer into finger food, but Inosuke has a trick up his sleeve. He can literally rearrange his organs at will, including his heart. The battle implications are insane. Unless you mince him into dust, Inosuke can almost never be fatally wounded. We'd say Daki and Gyutaro won't make that mistake again, but based on how Inosuke cleaned up this fight, we'd wager they won't be doing much of anything at all anymore. Number 7. An emotional final form. Sniveling wimp or not, there's a good reason to be scared of Hantengu, 4 to be precise. When the going gets tough, he splits off into a squad of demons, each representing the emotions of joy, sorrow, anger, and pleasure. Together, they smack around Tanjiro, Nezuko, and Genya like nobody's business. But when their main body is at risk, they decide to up the ante and show off their real strength. Also known as Zohakuten. While Hantengu was in danger, Zohakuten's arrival felt like overkill. Based on how quickly he thrashed the main cast, Hantengu's original emotions probably could have handled this on their own. Evidently, restraint is not one of his virtues. Number 6, Muzan's not mad, he's just disappointed. Shortly after slaying the Flame Hasera in cold blood, upper rank demon Akaza was probably feeling mighty full of himself. However, Muzan wasn't impressed with his subordinate's cockiness, especially once he learned Akaza failed to kill the other 3 Slayers at the scene. So like any good father figure, Muzan doled out some tough love.
私の望みは鬼殺隊の殲滅
All you need to know is that Akaza's smirk vanishes in record time. Keep in mind, he still murdered a Hasera, and that's no small feat. But despite it all, Muzan doesn't pass up the opportunity to assert dominance. It's a good thing Akaza beat Rengoku at all, else he might not have walked away from this check-in.
上限の3も落ちたものだな
Number 5, a Swordsmiths Duty. Not even Kizuki can get between a swordsmith and their work. During Gyoko's attack on the swordsmith village, Hakanezuka decides he's going to finish crafting his sword, and nothing, demon or otherwise, will stand in his way. Gyoko doesn't make it easy on him, but the swordsmith doesn't so much as turn around even when the demon starts lashing his back. He doesn't even stop when his mask gets blown off, nor when he's hit in the eye or the entire building explodes around him. Now that's some dedicated workmanship, not to mention a smack in the face to Gyoko's so-called strength. Number 4, demons on demons on demons. Upper ranks just don't know when to leave well enough alone, do they? And to think, it all started with Doma putting a hand on his ally's shoulder.
俺はみんなをすごく心配したんだぜ大切な仲間だからな
He failed to realize that Akaza doesn't like to be touched. When Doma doesn't back down, he finds himself without a jaw. Not that he seems to be too bothered about it.
いい拳だ
Although, if we could regenerate as fast as him, we wouldn't mind either. Later, Akaza tries again by taking Doma's whole head, but all it does is lose Akaza his hand and his pride, courtesy of an appearance by Upper One, Kokushibo. Moral of the story, don't tick off a demon.
なるほどね
Number 3, Nezuko goes full blast. Demons everywhere, be warned. If you mess with Tanjiro, you have Nezuko to speak to. Daki pushed her luck too far, and Tanjiro's sister positively snapped. We're talking growing a full horn, biting off her muzzle, and developing a sick new kind of bloodlust. On the bright side, Nezuko used the power to kick the absolute crap out of Daki. Considering the upper rank had just swept the floor with the Slayers, Nezuko's one-sided beatdown is a true blood-stained sight to behold. The message was loud and clear. There's only one demon who's the queen of the entertainment district, and her name is Nezuko. Number 2, the Water Hasera in action. In a hard-fought struggle for their very lives, Tanjiro and Nezuko had to give everything they had just to stay standing against Rui, and then, after that, Giyu swoops in and slashes the demon's neck in one clean slice. We'd say it's unnecessary, but this is the same Hasera who sliced the Spider Father to bits without so much as a blink.
水の呼吸死の型打ちしよ
One shots are just Giyu's thing. What's more, he doesn't even look all that impressed with himself. It's one thing to slay a Kizuki in one strike, but another entirely to do it with a straight face. It makes you wonder, what does impress Giyu anymore?
人を食った鬼に情けをかけるな
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Infinity Castle Massacre. Muzan doesn't take failure well, especially by his 12 Kizuki, so when they keep routinely failing him, he makes the completely rational and level-headed choice to clean house.
平服せよ
To sum it up, Infinity Castle becomes a bloodbath. The lower moons? Gone. Every single one is left on the cutting room floor. These are supposed to be some of the best of the best, and Muzan takes them all out within minutes. As if to prove their ruler's might, some of the lower moons don't even put up a fight.
Nada.
For example, Enmu, who knows resisting Muzan is pointless. With that kind of reputation, it's no wonder Muzan reigns supreme.
そして私の役に立つ
What's your favorite slay in the series? Let us know in those comments below.
霞の呼吸七の型おぼろ
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.